Hello there, Bradley from B-Rad TV here. It's been a while, ups and downs of life, hooray. The reason I've been able to grow my beard a little bit. So, you're feeling crappy, and not sick crappy, like just mentally crappy. You're not doing anything, you don't want to get out of bed, you don't want to cook, which means obviously you don't want to eat, you've got no appetite, let alone work out, you don't want to do anything, you don't want to speak to anyone, you don't want to see anyone, you don't want to talk to anyone, friends, family. You've just lost a zap, an oomph, some sort of energy. Now, I'm not saying this has just happened to me recently, but, oh, sort of, what am I saying? Yeah, it has, big time. I've thankfully though sort of dealt with things enough. Combination of, say, reacting badly to things, and if you've seen in all the videos throughout this year, it hasn't been like happy days all the way through, but there's big stressful times. There are things at work, literally like assessments, essentially reapplying for your own job, presentations, all sorts. Imagine like the most stressful things you could with a job and put them all into one thing, and all that happening in one hit. But the thing about that is I knew what I had to do, I knuckled down and prepped, and I aced it, and I get to keep my job, and I'm brilliant, and I'm amazing, hooray. But everything else in my life, apart from that, sort of went askew with. Apart from, say, where I lived, that little hell flat I was telling about with the living landlord from hell, who I said locked the lounge door so no one could use the lounge, and I'm not kidding, like crazy stuff for no reason, like crazy. So I got out of there literally in 5 days. It got to breaking point, and I just said, this is unbearable, I'm going. In fact, I didn't even say I'm going, I just disappeared. I just did 5 days, and I just said keep the deposit, don't even care. And then, yeah, found a place, just moved there. Fantastic. So things are looking up. Then I went on Tinder thinking that I'm somehow going to find a relationship and that's going to sort of sort me out. And that gets me onto the main point of this video. Your life's going wrong, you're feeling crappy, and you've lost that oomph. I don't know about you, but I tend to sort of look outside and think, oh, there's something wrong with me, and I'm looking elsewhere. Partying for a little bit, thinking, right, okay, now I've got to distract myself, I've been working too hard. Or say, the Tinder thing, it was like, wow, it's because I'm not in a relationship, and that's it, going to solve it. But it wasn't even like the relationship thing, I don't know what I was thinking, but I thought I'm going to go out there and get a girl in my life or something, and it's going to solve my problems. I'm not going to say whether I've had a good or a bad time with Tinder, which I've now come off, because I know that as an overthinking writer, digital messaging is not for me. I wasn't tackling things that I wanted to tackle, or not even tackle, the things I wanted to do head on, and I was just so guilty and ashamed of myself that I just didn't stop and look in the mirror and think, Bradley, it's you. I'm not going to be too hippie now and say when things go wrong, look inside yourself, the answers are inside you. But when things are going wrong and you want to sort stuff out, look at yourself and what you have to do. I think that's what I want to say. And now if you've seen my 3-month video, I guess lots of my subscribers on there, you would have seen my 3-month video, and I think I mentioned there's something about when I started that journey. So I wrote everything on one side of A4 paper, generally what I knew I had to do to make my life as good and as brilliant and as whatever as I can. I've been so overwhelmed, I haven't even thought of doing that. But then the thing is, I managed to move, I did all my stuff with work, and that's all gone swimmingly. And yeah, and I haven't been too bad, I've just not been my best self. But here we go, I got a pen and paper, and now I'm going to be completely honest with myself, with you here, as I finish off the last energy drink that I'm going to be having now for a long... Was it? Oh, it's a magpie. I do like a good magpie. Magpies are cool. Let's crack on with this, shall we? Right, so I've got my little pad here. First things first, before I tackle anything, I know I need to be operating at my best. So that is my, well, I'm going to say mind and body, but for now I'm going to be like my fuel, what I'm putting into my body. So let's just write down body. I'm sorry if the table's wobbling because the camera's on the table. So sorry if the camera's wobbling, it's on the thin wooden table. So body. So I'm going to put a little mark here. Good fuel. Make my own meals. And I'm going to write down only necessary fuel. I will still be doing my bulking up, so it's going to be more than probably most people will need to be eating. So that's what I am putting in my body. And by good fuel, I know what that means. In a nutshell, nothing man-made, natural fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean meats, the occasional piece of red meat and salmon, fish, things like that, nuts, eggs, not too many egg yolks though, so all natural food. But now, what I'm not going to be having. Number 1, alcohol. You might say I have a problem, or not have a problem if I just binge on it sometimes, or I can cut it out for a few months if that's like a healthy relationship, like having loads of it and then having it regularly and then cutting it out completely. I'm just going to prove to myself that I can just cut it out and go cold turkey, because I haven't done that in a while and I want to do it again. I mentioned I was going to do 4 months or something, and that was at like the beginning of when things were going wrong for me and I'm meeting loads of new people and travelling around and going, so I couldn't do it then. So no alcohol, no energy drinks, diet or otherwise, no sodas, diet or otherwise, no juices. Okay, might as well be easier here if I put down what I can have. Only water, black coffee with no sugar, obviously, and tea with no milk and sugar, and milk. But then that will more come into my food part where I'm looking at protein and sugars and things and what I'm eating. And what I might do is I'm going to stick these on my wall. So here's number 1. We've got good fuel, make my own meals, only necessary fuel, no alcohol, no sodas, no juices, only water, black coffee, tea, milk. What's going in my body? Right. In fact, on body page, this is where I'm going to write the stuff about working out, and then we can actually get onto targets here. So working out, I'm just going to write down, keep exercising consistently, because that's all it is. There's no magic, there's nothing I'm going to turn into Thanos. Brilliant movie, by the way. Whoa, just working out consistently, and that's all it is. There's no trickery to that. There we go. You know, if you write down something like, I'm going to achieve something every minute of every day, that's setting yourself up for failure. I can't just now write down on here, I'm going to use every second, even though this is what of course you should be doing in theory, but you can't, it's not practical, people get tired, especially me, and I yo-yo. I think that's what's led me to this point here, breaking point yet again. So you can't just write down, I'm going to be a magic, omnipotent achiever and spend every second working on this and doing this. Maybe some people can, obviously I'm not there at this point in my life, so I'm actually not going to write that down. What I'm going to write down is the stuff that I need to do and I have to do. Number 1. I think I'm going to start talking about my creative stuff on here now. I'm going to proofread and perfect all of my stuff. That is literally number 1 for me. I've been putting it off. It's not hard. Proofread all of my writing. Now I've done lots and it's not all of it needs doing, but there's certain projects I have to get done here. So proofread all of my writing. There we go. And then I'll be putting it all on a website. Woohoo, you'll all be able to enjoy it. So the next thing I'm going to write, build new website. Is literally what I've got to do. And now I want to do a 1 month bulking up video. Going into May, I think I'm going to do a 1 month like bulking up thing now, just to sort of recoup some losses and laziness and see what I can do going totally clean now for a month. As I say, there's no alcohol thing there, like I just said a second ago. In my brain I'm just thinking 1 month at the moment. We'll see, or will it definitely be that 1 month, but we'll see after that. So I'm going to write here, document 1 month's intense training and diet for my YouTube channel. But we're not going to write for YouTube, we're going to write for B-Rad TV, because that's what it is, hoo-ha! Now I'm going to write down, keep note-taking, with regards to ideas for videos and things that I sort of stopped doing when I first had the YouTube and I wasn't doing lots of these fitnessy bits. Not when I first had it, even last year even. I've jotted down ideas, think I'm going to talk about this, I'm going to talk about that, but now I sort of, expectations I think I've put on myself, I have to talk about certain things. No, my YouTube channel, so I'm going to talk about what I want. Hooray, hence this video today. Keep note. Here you go, the writer who's now talking and writing at the same time and can't write. And then after that, upload to YouTube more often. Okay, so for 1 month's targets here, I've sort of got a how I want to live, and then I've also got things I need to achieve. So I hope you can see the sort of logic there. I haven't really broken down in depth. The body, the fuel, what I'm doing to keep myself physically and mentally sharp, and then when I am at my physical and mental peak, and as I'm becoming that and maintaining that, I will then be able to achieve the goals that I've set myself. I haven't been operating at my best. I think I started the year, had like 2 months good training, and then what are we, May now pretty much? So January, February, March and April pretty much been nothing. I've been training as and when, like binge eating, sometimes junk food, I've been boozing, I've been not training, it's been dumb. I'm on this journey and at the moment I am bulking up, that's what I'm doing. I'm thinking of it as just a thing that I'm doing with no deadlines, and then that was going to work best for me. Just 2 bits of paper here. I'm looking at it and I know I can do it, and I know that I'll enjoy it as well. So it's taken me to get to this breaking point over like the past few months, whatever, and everything's been happening. It's taken me all this to finally, even though I knew this, it's that look at yourself, Bradley, and then look at what you've got to do. I knew that, but when you're there in that, not dark place, even though it was getting dark, even when you're there, you don't see that and you can't see it. It's only now, after going through little things a bit more, that I've sort of stopped and been able to take a step back and look at myself and realise that's it. So I want to say, look inside yourself or think about you. Don't go reaching out and thinking that someone else is going to solve these problems, or that, or say meeting someone, the whole Tinder thingy, whatever, thinking that doing that's going to save you, or like partying, you're going to like, oh, relax. So yeah, you can go for a night out, but when you're doing it for 2 months on the trot and you're getting blackout drunk and things like that, that's no way to deal with your problems. So let's see now, over the next month and at the end of next month how this has gone. I mean, I say I'm feeling good. I'm not suddenly feel like I've been hit by a lightning bolt and I'm going to storm off now and do loads and loads of stuff. I'm going to have to ease myself into my intense May of work, diet, exercise, writing, YouTubing, just being Bradley. And I enjoy all this stuff, so why not? Building a new website. That should be doable. I mean, this should be doable. This is not. This is where I'm weirding myself out. Stop overthinking, stop being an idiot. We can do as much as we can towards these, using my time very effectively, and say not wasting time, but then also I'm not going to be putting pressure on myself thinking every second of every day. I've got to just breathe. Just breathe. Gotta love it. Last Jedi quote. If a month from now this could all be done, and I've done it, how good am I going to feel? And now that's what's given me a bit of a buzz. I'd be proud of myself. I'd be happy. And the thing is, I know that I'd feel good. I know that if I do like this physical side of things, I know I'm going to feel incredible. It's not like I've been feeling totally rubbish recently, but I have missed training because I've been too hungover. I haven't eaten meals because I've been too hungover. And I haven't wanted to cook meals sometimes because I've just felt so pathetic and guilty about being a lazy scumbag. The video's a bit long, so I've been rambling, but that took like minutes to literally write down on 2 bits of paper something there. So if you're out there and you are literally confused, miserable, well, you're feeling lazy and guilty and you just don't want to do anything, you don't want to get out of bed, write down, being completely sort of objective, what you have to do. Like realistically, what you have to do to sort your life out that you know will make you happy. Like, what's it, know will make you happy, will bring you enjoyment and fulfillment, and then from that you'll feel what we call happiness, but I call peace. Oh, I'm feeling more enthused than I was half an hour ago. I'm just going to stick these 2 things up on my wall. I'm going to look at them every morning. And then I'm actually going to do the stuff as well. There's so much wrong with all that positive thinking lark, how it's misinterpreted and misused and thrown around. But you say everything starts with an idea and a thought. Now, if I hadn't sat here and thought that I have to put good fuel in my body, I have to work out consistently, I have to actually do my creative things, I have to upload more often, so I can't now fast forward in time, sit there and say, oh yeah, have a thought and it all happens. No, 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 no. This is the very beginning. This isn't even a foundation. This is like going on a website to order the sand to build a foundation, and now I've got to spend hours and hours and hours of time shoveling sand and getting drenched in the rain and doing bullshit hard work and grinding and sweating and being tired and exhausted, but I'm going to feel good about it. I'm going to be working. I'm not going to be sat in bed in the afternoon wanting to sleep and wanting to dream. And that's if I wasn't out partying, being stupid, trying to take my mind off stuff, or looking externally for some sort of solution to my phase of procrastination, emptiness. Here we go, I'm rambling now, this is done. Right, write down how you want to live, write down what you want to achieve. Job done. Okay, let's get on with this month. Look after yourselves, guys. Just write down some paper what you're doing. Doesn't take long, don't take much effort, and you'll feel good. And it'll give you some sort of direction, clarity. It'll steer you right and get you back on track. Or on track in the first place. See you later, guys. Look after yourselves and be rad.